I'm doing another little topic video, which I know it's like my 3 subscribers are probably like, get back to making voice acted memes and funny shit. And it's like, yeah, fair enough. But I just want to talk about this, not because it's YouTube drama or something, but just because I think it maybe highlights something more to do with humans in general, so it can always be something to be looked back on. I don't know, because I don't like covering drama-y news stuff just because, oh my god, Logan Paul did the thing, guys. You know, like, I hardly ever cover anything to do with YouTube drama or anything, but, you know, with this, I think it's something more indicative of humans in general and how we can be kind of hypocritical without really realizing it. And yes, this does have to do with Steven Crowder and H3, and before I go any further, let me say, I actually really like H3H3. I really enjoy watching the podcast most times. And, you know, it's not like you have to agree with everything someone you watch says. But then the other tangent I want to put onto that is I do not like Steven Crowder at all. You know, of course, like we all watched his change my mind stuff. And like maybe one of those videos was okay, but most of them are kind of sus, you know, bogus. I don't know. I guess if you want to go all the way back to the beginning, Steven Crowder made this. Well, I don't know about this video, but there's this clip of him essentially talking about all these things that black farmers are going to get in America, and then he made a really racist joke.
I planted a VSOP XO tree. I'm getting in some niche esoteric cognac humor, motherfucker.
Don't white people just go to their neighborhoods and build urban farms and ruin their
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's how it works.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Then where this really comes to is essentially this is like a whole, it's like, putting the red lines to the pictures, you know, and then Joe Rogan essentially was like, look at Ela Klein wearing her mask. And okay, like, I've watched some Joe Rogan podcasts, I've enjoyed some Joe Rogan podcasts, but lately, I don't know, he's going a bit off the deep end in my opinion. What's so wrong with wearing a mask during a pandemic, especially during the height of the pandemic? And you know, I don't know. And then Steven Crowder reacted to H3H3's reaction of that, which was all like, hey, look at H3H3 saying, you know, you shouldn't have to think about it, just do what the CDC says. And now we're basically getting into that rabbit hole. Let me show you the clip. Now listen, I will show some of the H3 segment of this, but I do just want to kind of show more the main beats here uninterrupted, because as much as I love H3H3, they go back a lot and it just takes forever to get through. Let's just go at it and skip this
I think his
shit.
name, what's his name there?
Okay, like they also made fun of his, like, I don't know this guy. I'm not going to go through that. That's all just stupid drama shit. Okay, so this is the clip.
And laughing about it with no self-awareness. This is my favorite clip of the year. Let's roll it.
They said you gotta wear a mask, so I'm out there wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Wow, big deal. And then now they say, you know, if you're outside, you don't need to
Seems
wear a
reasonable to
mask.
me.
It's pretty simple. You want to talk about who's dumb?
Yeah, I mean, the CDC is like this whole governmental body with scientists and shit. They just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude.
Oh my god! You know, like, bro, what the fuck? I will admit the way Ethan worded it there did kind of set himself up for this response. But, you know, you kind of just, he basically goes on to say, oh, so Ethan's saying you shouldn't think. No, what Ethan is saying is there are people that have researched this shit and they know what they're talking about, and you don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, why, like, it's okay. I don't think he's saying you shouldn't question things, but I think he's saying, why are you questioning things like you know everything when you don't? You don't have a PhD in pharmacology. Like, what the fuck, you know? So I think that's more the line he was going along. And so anyway, yeah.
They've been wrong. So you could, if you do that.
And then he compares, Steven Crowder compares it to Maoist China, which is weird. I don't see how making you wear a mask is similar to making you die in famine. Okay, but yeah. So now let's get to the H3H3 portion that I want to talk about when it comes to hypocrisy. Maybe you see this as a long setup, because this is all just precursor to give you context. Okay, precursor to give you context on the whole thing. Now let's go to the H3H3 clip, and finally we're going to be getting into what I think H3H3 did, which not only gives Steven Crowder more ammo, but also, I guess, highlights how easily humans can be hypocritical, I guess. So, Okay, so here's the clip. Took me way longer than it should have to find, but essentially, so you know what I said earlier about Steven Crowder did the whole doing the black accent thing and, you know, kind of stereotyping really heavily and everything. Again, I want to say I could be totally off base with this, but to me, now this is to a much lesser extent, I will say that, but I feel like this is Ethan doing a similar thing just to a different race. And to me, it's like, if you're gonna I don't know, just watch.
Here in Texas, boy, we coming up. We coming up now, boy.
But
I got my tissues
wait,
and my
isn't it
gun.
from Canada?
So that's the clip, and I gotta say, I don't have any problem on the surface of doing the whole hick American accent, and I got my gun and my tissues and whatever. Mostly just referencing to Steven Crowder and his whole, like, bunch of cronies. You know, he basically does a similar joke, but more to the overall population of Texas.
Yeah, he's based in Dallas.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh, why'd I have to say it?
Is that really indicative of the whole group? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I'm not from America, so I don't know. But I feel like if you go to Texas, the ratio of super alt-right people to maybe just a little bit conservative or to some other thing is probably going to be the people on the alt-right are going to be in pretty low percentage compared to just a normal conservative or someone a little more center or whatever, okay? Similar to the sense of what Steven Crowder did, where he kind of acted like all black people are gonna spend the money on Yeezys and not on farm equipment because black people aren't farmers. You know, it's just another stereotype, and it's just another kind of reducing a subset of people to a certain way of thinking, a certain way of doing. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. You gotta let me know your thoughts on this one. And that's kind of why I wanted to post it, so I could get some alternative opinions and what you guys think. Now, I do want to put it out there. I actually don't see any problem with, like, humor where you are doing an accent, as long as the within context, right? I've got no problem with a white guy doing a Chinese accent or a white guy doing a black accent or a white guy doing a Texan accent. It just has to be in the right context. It has to be when you're riffing on something that actually happened or whatever, you know, compared to like or some really insane situation, right? Compared to just like literally stereotyping a race. Because, you know, I think there's a difference between doing an accent just to like make jokes and have fun, and then there's doing the accent to actually be racist, you know. Hey, this is Andy editing, and yes, I do often look like this when I'm editing. The better way to say this is essentially when it's ironic humor, okay? When it's ironic, and also I don't mean like when you say it's ironic just to get away with it. I mean when it's actually ironic humor, okay? And I also would like to say, I do think that most of what Ethan and Ela said in the video that I'm critiquing was pretty on point about Steven Crowder. I just want to make that. I agree with 90% of what they said. So yeah, it is a rocky road to be on where you're willing to criticize somebody for stereotyping a whole group of people, but then you're also going to go ahead and stereotype a whole group of people in a very similar manner. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on it, and I could be so wrong about this, guys. So I don't know. Let me know. This isn't meant to be any hate towards H3, and even though I don't like Steven Crowder, I don't want to send specific hate his way either. Does that make sense? It's like, because then you're kind of just as bad as him. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? It's not like it matters. If I sent hate, would it really matter? I've got 616 subscribers, dude. Like, me sending hate is like literally getting a spray bottle of water and like spraying it on a flower. You know what I mean? Like, it's really nothing. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.